So now let's move into multiplying polynomials. So remember when we added or subtracted polynomials, we could only combine our like terms. The beautiful thing is now that we move into multiplying, we can multiply any two terms together. So to multiply, you're going to follow this process here. We're going to multiply the coefficients, so the numbers of each term, and then we're going to multiply our variables using those exponent rules we learned in the last unit. So this example above here, we multiply our coefficients together. 3 times 5 gives us the 15 in our answer. And then here we have an a times b. Well, those are different variables, so we can't simplify any further. So it's just 15 times a times b. Let's look at the next example down below. So we're going to multiply our coefficients, 6 times 8, together to get the 48 here. This time we have an x squared and an x. Remember, that would be x to the power of 1. So you're multiplying x squared times x to the power of 1. And when we do that, we have to add our exponents together. And then we've got a y at the end that just gets added on there. So when we add those exponents together, we get 48 times x to the power of 3 times y. And one more example for you over here. So we're multiplying 3x by 6x by x. Remember, a single x is like a 1x. So we're going to multiply our coefficients together first to get 18. And then we've got x to the power of 1 times x to the power of 1 times x to the power of 1. So when we add those exponents together, we get 18 times x to the power of 3. Sometimes you'll be multiplying a single term or monomial by a polynomial with multiple terms. And so if you're doing that, you need to use the distributive property, also known as the rainbow. Okay, so if we have this example here, we're going to be multiplying by that first term and then to the second and then to the third. So we get the 2x times the first term of x squared, and then we're going to have minus 2x times the 5x, and then plus the 2x times 4. And so that gives us, when we add up our exponents, we would get our answer here. Okay, pause the video and try question 1, and then come on back and check your answers. Okay, so let's check answers. So to multiply these, we're multiplying the numbers together to get 24. And then we've got x to the power of 1 times x to the power of 1, which gives us x to the power of 1 plus 1, or 2. Next one, multiply our numbers together to get negative 45, and then we just have an x squared. And next one, we have 4 times negative 6 gives us negative 24. And then we have x to the power of 2 times x to the power of 1, which gives us x to the power of 2 plus 1, or 3. That 3 was a little bit ugly. I'm just going to redo that. Okay. Next one, we've got a negative a times 2b. If you want, you can add a 1 in front of that. You can always put a 1 in front of those plain variables. So that's negative 1a times 2b. So when we multiply our coefficients together, we get negative 2, and then we have an a and a b. All right. And again, with e, you can stick a 1 out front if you want. So it's 1 times 19 gives you 19. Then we've got m squared times m. So that's going to be m to the 2 plus 1, or m cubed to the power 3. And then we've got n, same thing. 1 plus 2 gives us 3. Okay, next one. They want me to bust out my calculator. So we're going to multiply those coefficients together. So 0.5 times 1.3, and that gives me 0.65. And then I'm going to multiply my variables. I have y to the power of 1 times y to the power of 1, which gives me y to the power of 2, or y squared. Okay, down below here, I multiply my coefficients together to get 70. And then I've just got an a, b, and c. Okay, next one we've got fractions. So I'm just going to let's reorder this. So we've got our coefficients out front. This is multiplication, so we can do it in whatever order we want. So I'm just putting those next to each other. Then I've got this x here. I just don't want to forget about that. And then I've got this xy. Okay, so when we multiply fractions, we could do some cross simplification, but here there is nothing to do. So we get top times top gives us 15, over bottom times bottom gives us 32. and then we have x squared y. And we can't simplify that fraction any further, so that's as far as we can go. And final question here, when we multiply our coefficients together, we would get positive 56. And then our variables give us x to the power of 3.